For those that still doubt about it, Black Americans are not Africans and they don't feel like Africans. In fact, for the vast majority of them. The latest illustration we have about it is the boycott organized by Black Americans that will to boycott African-owned businesses in the United States. It's a controversy that has gained momentum and is unfortunately very present on social media today, to the point where the major media outlets are actually talking about it, which unfortunately risks amplifying and giving more scope to this boycott movement. Why have Black Americans decided to boycott African-owned businesses in the United States? Is it justified? Or most important, how can we counter this attempt? This is something quite serious because entrepreneurs like Nadine, whom I've heard about recently, have spoken out about a problematic phenomenon on this subject. Anyway, I'll explain all of this in this video, but it's quite concerning nonetheless. Hello there, welcome to my channel. My name is Tachi and I make videos that videos that I'm sure interest you. So take a seat, relax, take 1 second to subscribe and like this video, and let's dive into our main subject. So I'm going to come back into the controversy that is raging the United States today. It's about a boycott that was organized. Everything actually started with a Black American woman whose name is Shea, who made a TikTok video asking Black Americans to boycott African-owned businesses in the United States. She later specified that she wanted to talk about the beauty sector in particular, everything that has to do with hair salons and so on. And obviously, something that seemed to be just a small video made on someone's bedroom later became a real movement. Because people took it serious and today it became a real movement that is gaining momentum, to the point that merchants are actually worrying about what's going to happen on August 1st. So what's the issue? Why are Black Americans actually came to this point? In reality, there is a big annual festival that's organized in the United States. A cultural festival, a music and beauty festival, in which initially it was meant for Black Americans that were supposed to come and show what they can do to other Americans, like hairstyles, like music, to show off their talents. In fact, it's an annual festival organized by Black Americans for Black Americans. So at that time, we had Black American singers, Black American rappers that would come and put on the show in the festival. And it turned that over years, it became a festival where we have had more and more Africans, notably with the musical success of Nigerians and Afrobeats, which means that in the previous year until this year, we have had people like Davido came to perform, and a small group of Black Americans felt that it was not normal that a festival that was originally made for Black Americans to come and show off their talents is becoming too Africanized. They are starting to bring African artists too often. Africans are taking too much space than Black American artists, and the real meaning of the festival is lost since now it is African artists that are coming to put on the show. Starting from there, the movement began to gain more attraction. More and more people started talking about it like, yes, it is true, this festival is already meaningless, there are too much Africans inside, it's no more representing Black American beauty, no more representing Black American liberty in the USA, it is too much Africanized and so on. So it's normal for it to take this kind of proportions. So from the TikTok video I told you that Shea made, where she called on Black Americans to boycott African-owned businesses, she also criticized the beauty sector, and it's true that personally I've met many videos on social media platforms where we saw scandals happening in hairstyle salons where clients were maltreated, clients were not treated well by the attendants, where I even saw a client that she had a hair salon where she was going to black her hair for more than 9 years because of one bad treatment, decided to stop like that. So to a certain extent, I can understand that when you're going to a hair salon and that you're not treated well, I can understand that, okay, you go out and you never come back to that hair salon again. To that extent, I understand. But globalizing all African business in the United States just because of the errors of 2 or 3 hair salons, I think that is a little bit exaggerated. Like, it's not normal that maybe I can make a full video of 10 minutes like this one, and at a certain point I make maybe an error, and just because of that error, everything I said in the video, maybe you may forget it and just focus on that same error and go and maybe tell everybody that don't watch the video of that guy because he made this error. Actually, it will not be just the content of my video maybe might be true, but just because of an error that I did, to maybe push other people not to watch my videos anymore. And it's the same case here. There are some businesses that actually are doing their best, that actually are doing what they can do to treat well their clients, and they don't deserve to be boycotted because one other business somewhere maltreated their clients. So finally, maybe the policy statement is on another level. Like, for the past 60 to 70 years, Black Americans has been fighting for their liberty to have the same rights like white Americans, and now that the situation is slightly better than some years ago, Maybe they're looking for a feeling of fight, like they want to fight with a new community, and they took Africans as target because it is Africans that they consider as strangers. We know that as a black person, you may consider yourself as an African or not. That's not where the problem is. You have the right to feel yourself African, but as black people, we should not fight one against another. The fight is elsewhere. So it's not a good idea to try to ruin the whole economy set up by African diaspora in the United States. Actually, more than 70% of the American economy is held by white people. So actually, if you want to dominate the economy of America, then you are on the wrong fight. You are targeting the wrong opponent. So beyond the fight, we are all black, but must remain rational as much as possible. The black American community spend massive money on luxury, and I haven't heard about a boycott against Louis Vuitton or Gucci or Chanel or any other big brand. Anyway guys, in the coming days, I will maybe inform you if there is an updated information, and let's move forward together. Ciao.